is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
This is only a test.
DJs and MCs. This DJ, he gets down.
Listen to this jockey's introduction to
Two DJs and a mic with your host, DJ Mike.
Is that a turntable?
And DJ JP.
Well, get on it. It's your turn.
Give me the mic.
Okay, welcome back to Two DJs and One Mic. I'm here, the soft-spoken one, and we have two guests in the house today. The host, my other co-conspirator, Jeffery Powell, is a guest today, and we have the Powells in the house. We have Calva and Jeffery Powell. I consider them to be what I call a power couple. So today we're going to speak with them and just get their views on how they work together and do the things that they do. How you guys doing today? How you doing, Calvin?
I'm doing well.
Doing well, sir.
I thank you guys for joining us today.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yes. Don't be the soft-spoken one over there today, Jeffrey, okay?
No, sir. I'm going to be the normal who I am. I'm
Okay.
just being interviewed instead of hosting.
Yeah, and I spoke to Jeff about this a little while back. I thought it would just be great to, sit down and talk with them about what they do and how they do it. It's not often that you see husband and wife working together and building something great. So with all that said, let's jump right into it.
Right into it.
Yes. So how did you meet, and what role did music or business play in the early parts of your relationship?
Did you want my version?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Yes, please.
shall I? Well, we met at church. Almost 20 years ago now. Yeah, we met at church. Business did not play a role initially in our dating phase. I knew nothing. We knew nothing about each other. And once we got married, I did while dating. Let me take that back. While dating, I would go to events with him while he would be DJing, and I knew absolutely nothing about music, nothing about DJing. I'm a PK. That was like forbidden. And so
Could you tell people what a PK is?
Oh, my father's a pastor of a church, minister.
Okay.
For many years. And so once we started dating, I started going to events with him, just kind of observing and learning, just observing by what he was doing. And as time went on, I was like, I think he was working for someone else. And I was like, I think you can do this on your own. And he had aspirations to do that, but I'm a firm believer that teamwork makes the dream work. And so I was very business savvy, I thought. And so together we started a business, a mobile DJ business. We got a DBA. We didn't get an LLC initially. We got a DBA and opened a bank account. And then we just started growing from there. Eventually, we started an LLC to make it official, and we've been going up from there.
Okay.
Yep. So,
Jeffrey?
We met in church. Music did have a little bit to do with it because I was working in AV, and that's where I was upstairs working in the AV department, and that's where I met Calvin and talked to her one night after a Wednesday service of running the soundboard at church.
March 2nd, 2005, if anybody cares to know.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
But yeah, so it really, like she said, really business didn't have it wasn't anything about that. And then, like I say, she just started going and hanging out. And I mean, she's been my trusty sidekick or lead person for the last, going on 17 years now, if not, after we formed the first business, JPC Mobile DJ Service, and then eventually going together and forming Alliance Entertainment Group.
And my business came along because a lot of people think I just do DJ with him, but I actually have my own business, which is a LLC, and it's JPC Invites.
We're gonna
So-
get there. We're gonna get there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
We
that's
gonna
how we
get
met.
there.
That's how we met.
That's how we met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask this. So how was it for you, Calva, in those early days going with him on the events and being that, as you say, you was a PK. So were you seeing things that you've never seen before?
Oh, yeah.
And,
Hearing things I had never heard before.
and how was that for you?
I was clutching my pearls quite often. It was a little shocking at times, but yeah, because I wasn't exposed to that type of thing. I was never like out in clubs or anything, so a lot of that I had never seen or heard.
Wow, the gyrating and all of that.
Oh
huh?
yeah, all of that and the language. Yeah, it was interesting.
Wow.
Yes. So
But you're still there.
I'm still there.
Wow. Okay. So what was the first project or event you worked on together as a couple? And how did it go? Can you remember the first one?
I don't remember the first, but I'm sure it was a wedding. And I didn't know enough to know whether I was doing anything right or wrong. I was just basically like the go-between between him and the guests from doing song requests. And I realized that was a big help so that he could focus on the music. But as far as equipment and setting up, I had not a clue what was going on. I just was there watching, basically. I mean, I'm a quick learner, so I eventually, over the months and weeks of going, I learned how to set up and tear down and do more. But in the beginning, I didn't have a clue. I was just going
To help.
because we were in love.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Jeff.
Wow.
So, and I'm sorry, I have to ask this. So seeing her there helping you, did you look at her like a do boy?
Oh wow. No, I mean that's still not a bad thing. You just
I'm not-
choose to make it into a bad thing because of the way it sounds. But it's all good. No, I mean it was great to have somebody going with me that helped. That just wasn't after we got married. That just wasn't sitting waiting for the money or how much money did we make, and had a vested interest in what was going on and make sure things little details I might forget or something. She's there to help. It was such a helpmate because now weddings can be.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And going back to your question, I think the first thing we did was probably one of those picnics, playing outside at the ranch or something.
Yeah.
Because we used to go to the Double D Ranch on Fridays, do a picnic, do a wedding, do 2 weddings, whatever. And,
Was that a venue?
yeah, it was a venue over in Mesquite. So we were tied to that venue for almost 10 years.
We have basically like a residency. I
Yeah,
guess you would say we were the house DJ. So anytime they booked events, we were there. So a lot of times we would go and stay for the weekend in Mesquite because we had 2, 3, possibly 4 sometimes events.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense driving back to, at the time we were living in Grand Prairie. So it didn't make sense to drive 50 miles to turn around and be at
Back over
30
there.
back over there. So
So probably one of those picnics or something. But I mean, she just started going and it just started being such a help. Now when she ain't there, I'm almost lost.
Yeah.
But,
So touching on that, saying, like you said, you kind of touched on it, having somebody there which you would have vested interest, and then this being your wife, was that like a dream come true?
It probably is, but I don't look at it like that because it's not like a dream. Because I don't know if everybody sits around and hope for somebody to help them. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's definitely a added triple, double, fifufu bonus to have her there. And we can talk about stuff, or she can, she's up. She already okay. We need this, or I need that. Did you check this? Did you charge that? Things like that. And she's such a help with the graphics and all that stuff when it comes to the photo booth. So. Like I say, she just bought all the way in. Matter of fact, deeper than probably some other people. So she has a full vested interest in Alliance Entertainment Group. So,
Oh, yes.
yeah. So,
She's
yeah,
DJ Callie
it is
Cal.
definitely a great thing. So, I mean, like I say, I would probably be somewhat lost sometimes if that she's not. And I do feel lost. Like I have a wedding Thursday, no Calva. So I'll probably feel a little lost for a little bit till I get going or till we get to party time. Because I know she would remind me of this or take care of this or play ceremony. And I'm, getting ready for other stuff. But it's just, we've just become a 1-2 punch now. So, yeah, it's kind of funny when the other one is not there for the other one.
And when we're working, it's not so much, oh, this is my husband. I mean, we're in work mode. It's no like, oh, we're going to hold hands. No, it's like we're here working. I'm not looking at it like, oh, this is my husband. We don't hug. We don't kiss. We're working.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're taking care of business, what needs to happen. And over time, I've just learned how to do all the things. So I can set up, I can tear down. Like you said, I remind him, because I think a lot of times women are more detailed.
Yes.
And so I pay attention to the small things. So even though he may do the playlist and gather all those things, I go behind him and check, okay, is this the right version of that song? Did they have a cue point for starting or stopping? Looking at all the little details.
Yeah.
And that really helps. That's such a helpful thing to have, because it, people look at it, and they see all the smiles and you having fun, but it's a lot of work that goes into that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of work.
And it's easy to forget something. It's easy to grab the wrong version of a song if it wasn't specified.
Right.
And someone just sends you a name and an artist. They didn't tell you, okay, it was the remix version that was remixed 8 years ago or whatever.
On YouTube.
And some songs may have 3 or 4 artists.
Exactly.
So you have to know what, and if it's a song that you play often, and just in your mind you're thinking, oh, it's X artist, but the bride wants Z artist, but it's the same song. That makes a difference to
huge.
that couple,
Yeah.
because in their minds they want to hear X, not Z.
And you don't know what type of emotional attachment
Right.
they have to, like you say,
Right.
X
Yeah,
versus
definitely.
Z. So, Calva, tell us about JPC Invites, when it was born, and what inspired your creative direction.
All right. It was born shortly after we got married in 2007. Our youngest daughter, crazy as it may be, she just graduated college this past week.
Congrats, little one.
Alyssa,
congrats.
yes.
Us.
And actually, when she was in elementary school, it was Teacher Appreciation Week. And I decided to make thank you cards for her teachers. And so I started doing that on a yearly basis, and people started noticing and like, oh, can you make me some? Can you do this? And it kind of was born from that. And so I just started making things. It went from thank you cards to all types of greeting cards to invitations. And now I would say 90% is wedding invitations. I do a few social invitations as well, but 90% of it is wedding invitations.
So when did it get to the point to where you knew it was time for it to become a business?
I don't know. I guess it was, I would say well, in the beginning, my wonderful spouse told me that it was a hobby because I wasn't charging enough, or I was spending more than I was making. But like any business, any successful business, I firmly believe it takes a good 10 years to get it up and running to where it's self-sufficient to the point where it can be your sole income. So I would say maybe 2 to 3 years in.
Yeah.
Is when I decided, okay, this can be a viable business. And I started going to stationery conferences, just like you all have DJ conferences. They're stationery conferences. And started socializing with other creatives and seeing that, oh, they're making 6-7 figures doing stationery.
Wow.
Yeah.
If they can do that, I could do that. And once I started mingling with them and looking at their work, I'm like, okay, they aren't doing anything different than I am. So I need to like get serious about this.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what it was. Because I told her, I said, hey, look, we do too much work. Either this going to be a real thing, we're going to turn it into something, or we going to cut it off. So she decided, did all her stuff, LLC, incorporated all that stuff, logo, got everything official, and start treating it like a business. And it's been like that ever since.
And I got a mentor.
Yeah. So
Highly recommended. So I got a mentor, paid a nice chunk of money for that mentor. And she actually guided me to the next step, I guess you would say.
Put it on over the top. I remember sitting down having dinner with her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and and me being on the outside looking in, there's always times where Jeff is going and pick up something, he's delivering because he's your personal UPS, FedEx,
He is.
DHL.
Retirement is on the horizon.
Yeah.
But yes.
USPS. I'm talking about he is a delivery man.
He is.
Pick up. I'm talking about he's a company
setup.
He's a company man. He's a company man.
No, I mean we that's the support that we give to each
yes.
other. I mean, I know sometimes she hate to ask me because and then we will snap at each other about it. Oh, you didn't think about this? I got this.
I just had to, y'all.
Yeah. So, but I understand. So, we try to support each other, and I know she can't. She's still working, so I'm able to go pick up stuff, and then sometimes she even tells me not to go do it because she'll go get it. But
well, the beauty of that is one of the reasons why we're sitting here.
Yeah.
It's not often that you see couples that work together and support each other, and have a vested interest in what each other's doing. Sometimes people he does a good job, but I really don't care about what he does. I don't know, it's different when you see, this, because you have a vested interest in her well as she has a vested interest in what you do.
Yeah.
I
think the ultimate goal is that allows us to do that is that we both have a vision or interested in, we wanted to retire early. We wanted to do some things that we wanted to do and leave a legacy for our children.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, nobody's going to give it to you. You have to go get it.
Oh, yeah.
So we both work in corporate America. We both had a business, and we put things in place. So he was able to retire and do DJ full time. I'm on the countdown, 10 months. And I'm going to retire from corporate, and we'll both be able to focus on our businesses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jeff,
yes, sir.
What makes AEG different in the entertainment space, and how has your vision evolved over time?
Wow, man. Just thinking back on that goes back to me and your good buddy, DJ
Easy.
Big Easy, man. Went to Vegas, saw how people were doing it in a different, big way. We were already entrepreneur, multi-opping a little bit with people like Jeff and other DJs that work for us. So we shared events with different people. But when I talked to Big Easy, man, before he passed, he had said, hey, let's put this together. 5 is better than 1. So my vision is still pretty much the same. Just, get great DJs, do things, and continue to send people out to do great work. So it really hasn't changed. It's just, you just got to keep it steady and on the right course, and everybody's on the same page and offering the same quality of work every time we send somebody out that has Alliance on the name of it.
Okay. So do you feel like you're getting there?
Getting where?
Where you want to go?
Well, I think
with
we're
Alliance,
there. We're
with
there. I definitely want to keep going up, but I think we're at a good point. We just, there's just always things you want to do to improve and make it better business-wise, better processes in place, better people who wholeheartedly buy into your vision and what you're doing, and just building a good team, man. That is, I say in this office where we work at, I just look at this team here with DFW bartending, and
great.
I'm like, man, So, I mean, that's my inspiration. That's why I want to have a team that, whatever we have to do, whatever needs to be done, they're getting it done. And we have that already, but just at the level that they do it. I mean, it's on a whole level of teamwork here.
And I think that comes with time, and it's a culture that you have to build.
Yes.
And a culture is not something that's forced. I think it has to happen organically. And so when you find good people who genuinely care about their craft,
Got to hold them.
then I mean, you have to appreciate them, and you have to build on that culture.
Yeah. So, and
Totally agree.
Yeah. And
Go ahead.
Another thing is, every time I go to another conference, I always get things like just stuff that I've heard, like hire slow, fire fast. Just different little things I take back, and then I look at all the multi-ops and everybody that we see, and I get ideas from them. And then, those guys are just open books, and they tell you, and just watching, looking, and learning from other people is what we're trying to, continue to grow. And I was completely right. You can't force it. It has to be organic, and you just have to build a team with those people who organically care about what you're trying to do.
The culture is real important. That once you have a buy-in to that and you have the right people, I think when we look at some of the other companies that we look at to be successful, that's one of the main ingredients that they have. They have the culture, and they have the right people for their coach. It's like a football team. It's like when, back in the 90s, when Houston Oilers were running the run and shoot.
Yeah.
They needed all wide receivers that could, catch and
catch and yak.
Yes. It's out to, so and they went and got that. So I think that's important.
Yeah.
That's something else that we have in common. We love sports.
Yes. And I see that, and I just be like, wow.
I'm a true sports fan. I don't play.
Yeah. Yes. So, y'all both play basketball too. So that was another thing.
Yeah. We really do love sports. We'll go anywhere for a good sporting event.
Yeah. Well, it's I look up y'all at a Dallas Stars game, y'all at the Mavericks game, you at the Rangers.
And we try to hit every out of town stadium that we go to.
When we travel, I collect baseballs. So anytime
I didn't know that.
Yes, I have a collection.
Yeah, and we have a sports thing. So every time somebody from one of our teams, I'll say my team, go into the Hall of Fame, we're going to the Hall of Fame. So Drew is coming up next. So we're going to be going to Canton when Drew goes into the Hall of Fame.
Y'all went with Dirk.
Dirk went in, So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So how do you balance marriage and business, especially with both of you being leaders in your fields? How's the balance?
I think because we both are leaders in our field, that kind of helps, because we respect that each other's space, I guess you would say. But no, we make time. We work hard. We work really hard, but we also play really hard.
Yeah.
So we always we take time to relax. We have this thing called No Work Mondays, which doesn't always happen, but
you know what? This is the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, but we try to institute No Work Mondays. So we got
there must be a secret between y'all, because nobody else knows.
Nobody else. We try not to tell it. So Monday we try to watch a movie or do something, and we
try not to open laptops when we get home, and
but we really need.
I'm glad you told me that, because now I'm gonna stop dealing with him on Mondays.
Well, we need to get back to it, but now stuff doesn't allow you to always do that, but we try to. But
because these millennials are like right now.
Yeah, 11 o'clock at night. I want
they make
now
it
it's
hard.
time to talk. But no, I think we respect each other, and one thing we do is we leave work at work. And once we stop working, it's all just about, watching a movie or doing something together, going to a sporting event, going out to eat, and just, eating. And we travel with our crew and just having good times and, taking stuff with the kids, grandkids, it's so much going on that.
But when we travel, we always have our laptops.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I know that.
As my mother say, the whole time we was at home, do y'all ever stop working? Hey,
No.
this is what pays for everything we do. So we can't just throw it in,
We try, but we do have no work Mondays.
Yeah, we do. We had.
Yeah, in theory.
Yes, it's a good idea. Most days, most
Yeah,
Mondays.
in theory.
We're gonna bring it back starting this month.
Okay. All right. We'll
Maybe.
see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
we did good yesterday because today, we did good yesterday.
Oh, we were dead tired.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I did
Y'all,
work.
y'all
all
know
day.
work Monday is like a no look pass.
But we did. We didn't.
Yeah,
work
we didn't touch
yesterday.
nothing after I
Last night.
came home.
We
and
didn't
fell
even go
out.
upstairs. We
Y'all was
just
forced.
done.
Yeah.
The road beat you down.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Done.
Yeah. And but that is something. Speaking of that, is something I need to get better at delegating and giving stuff to other people and not thinking I have to do everything too. So
Well, that is also a way to create culture,
yeah.
because if you get the people that you can trust, you got to trust the people that you get.
Yeah.
Right.
And and sometimes it's not always easy, but if people show you that they can, you got to trust them.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. With everything that you do together, do you ever feel like there's a time where, okay, Jeff needs his time and I need some me time? Do y'all have that to where you get to a point to where you can see that he needs that time and you give him that time without him knowing, and vice versa?
I can't. I can't. I don't know.
This is
I
what
don't
happens. We're
think-
both so involved in so much other stuff
Right,
with
it's-
church
That it
links.
happens organically?
Yeah, it
and,
just
and me
happens.
getting my golf time and her with work. So we get our time away from each other. And our travel group, they have dinner and stuff together.
Yeah.
And like this Sunday, all the guys are getting together because we're planning a trip to San Diego for the crew. So we get our time. Then me, you, and the show, and
I'm really a homebody.
Yeah, so-
I mean,
yeah. So, but no, we get our time away.
Do you think that's important to have that time?
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
definitely.
think it's important. Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't require. I'm not a needy person
Okay.
or require that.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
don't even
so-
have to be around.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm good.
See, that's how Chris does.
I'm good.
She don't have to hear me talk.
Mm-mm.
We don't have to talk.
When he's not at home, the TV is not even on. There's nothing on. No
Wow,
TV, no
that's how
radio.
We're
Chris
very
is.
different.
That's how
as far
Chris
as
is.
that.
If
She
he's
say
at
I'm too
home,
loud.
He
She say I'm
has
too loud.
5 TVs on, a radio, the phone, all of the above, and I'm like, I'm not understanding. Why?
I understand, because my wife said, "You just so loud."
Yes. So, we're totally opposite in that way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
As long as I have a light on, I'm good. I don't need TV.
Okay, so what is one challenge you faced as a couple in business, and how did you overcome it?
Not choking him.
Oh,
Wow. See, here we go. But I'm gonna put it like this. I think figuring out what to charge and who to bounce it off of. Like, she got a mentor, and I always try to bounce everything off of her, and she pushes me to new limits, and I push her to new limits. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges in understanding where to put our prices in the market, because you don't want to undersell yourself, but you don't want to end up not getting anything because you tried it. So I think that's a tough thing that we both push each other to try to get better at doing.
Well, that question, I took it in a different manner. I took it as in when we're working together,
mhm.
So when we're working together at an event, I handle things on the table. He handles everything else. So that way,
What do you mean, things on the table?
so I will get the laptop set up, get the microphone set up, get the itinerary out,
Mm.
Get the iPad out, make sure we have extra batteries, set the rack up, external hard drive, all of the things on the table.
Oh, okay.
And then he does
The speakers, the lighting, and all
lighting, wiring. And then when we finish, we meet back at the table. So that way, because I like to put things away properly.
Okay.
And so I'm organized in that manner.
Okay.
So don't touch my table.
Okay. And that goes for him.
That goes for anybody who's helped,
Okay.
because we've gotten smarter over the years. So yes, we have a, what do you call them? A do boy, a helper. Helper bee is what I call them.
Don't fall into Mike's trap.
So the helper bee knows.
Thank you, Cal.
Just
AKA Donnie.
Don't yes, Mr. Donnie. Don't touch. Well, he calls himself sound
the
engineer.
moving engineer.
Moving engineer.
Oh.
So his job
Okay.
is to move gear,
Yes.
Okay.
So he
All
will go
right.
get like the bags and the dollies and the wagon,
the
and
speakers.
he'll help Jeffrey like lift stuff and
Okay.
but don't mess with my table till I'm
Hmm.
completely
So maybe I
packed.
missed that.
Yes.
Hmm.
But that's just how I interpreted the
Yeah,
question.
yeah. Either way is good.
Either way.
So, what does consistency mean to you in love, life, and leadership?
Consistency for me, looking at Jeffrey, I always say, even from the beginning, he's priest, prophet, and provider. Priest of our home, provider of our home, prophet over our home, meaning we pray together every morning. So that's consistency in my eyes, Jeffrey, to our home, to
Okay.
our marriage, to our family.
I like that.
I would concur on that. Yeah. And that's just something we work on, trying to, make sure everything
stay
is
as
on one
one.
accord
Mhm.
99.9% of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I told y'all it was going to be a good one.
And we do. We pray every morning before whoever leaves.
The first.
Yeah, whoever leaves first. We pray before that person leaves. Because you never know. Tomorrow's not promised.
No.
And
No, it's not.
No.
you can be any age. Anything could happen. So
So, how do you support each other's individual goals while building together as a unit?
I think that's the common goal is
Yeah.
to build
Yeah.
whatever that may look like. But yeah.
Well, it's everything we do. You need a sign. I need some paper. You need this. Did you download this song? Can you check this playlist? Can you do this? Can you take down the ceremony? Say, can you handle this while I go do? Hey, I forgot this. Can you go? Whatever we have to do to support each other, that's what we do. And we push each other. Oh, you should do this, or you should get in that. And then sometimes I have to understand that she still has a full-time job, because I really can't believe how much I did while still working before I retired. I don't know how I did it and what, like I say, I don't know how she does it still with, doing all her designing for the cards and everything she does, and still designing every photo booth we have, every 360, all that stuff. And, still, so we just try to help each other as much as possible to make sure, whatever we can do to help to make it all consistent.
Yes,
and
he
work.
not only picks up and delivers for me, but he can count envelopes. He can glue rhinestones. He can cut ribbons.
He can count?
Yes. He can assemble.
He counted.
invitations.
Yeah, so we still
The
do
count.
that too, and
Yes.
put stuff in and peel stuff off. And
Yes.
just like right now, we got an event coming up. We got to peel 150 picture frames and get ready for this event.
Peel.
I mean,
You know,
it
the
came-
covering.
The covering, it came. So
Okay.
we got to take all of that off and get ready for this event we got coming up next
I mean,
week.
so it takes a
It's
team.
Well, that's a beautiful thing. And for me, I really appreciate that, because me and my wife do a lot of things together as far as bouncing ideas, and I help her, and when I need her to help me, and so forth. And it's always fun to be able to do that together. It's a beautiful thing, and everybody don't get that opportunity. Some people don't want to be around each other. Some people quietly hate each other,
Right.
and it's just beautiful to see that. So let me ask you this. This is totally off script.
Okay.
When you're doing a wedding and you're seeing the ceremony, and you or listening to the vows and so forth, does that still make you emotional, and does it make you reminisce or think back on your wedding?
For me, it depends on what's happening that day.
Oh, okay.
No,
If we're gonna do a deep clear my throat,
yeah, always, man.
Yeah.
I just think weddings are so special. So it always is to me, just, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Always. And then, like the first look, and lately it just seems it's funny. I don't know if it's a new generation or whatever, but all the grooms that cry at the altar,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that hits home because,
Oh, yeah.
because you're seeing her come down the aisle. But I mean, we're getting rid of so many traditions. There's no waiting to see people at the altar and all of that a lot of times with today's weddings. But just, when they, like the first look with her and her dad, sometimes we get to catch glimpses of some of this stuff. But yeah, some of those things just, take me back to, we didn't have a big wedding or anything, but just being at the church with just me, her, and pastor and a witness.
because I didn't want to spend the money.
Yeah. Yeah. So that kind of stuff.
It's a rarity.
Yeah. I think that's why I love weddings because, it's one big emotional ball of it's a good day for everybody.
Well, it's very rare that you hear the minister give a scripture at a wedding these days. But when he does, I like him or her, doesn't have to be he. I like to write the scripture down and read it again later.
Okay. Yep. Weddings for me, I love them for that reason, because for me, when I look at it, I look at two people coming together, two set of, friends, families, parents, you just bringing everything together, and to see everything, take place from the ceremony to the reception, because being behind the booth,
Right.
you see a whole other set of storylines.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much going on. And it's a beautiful thing,
It's some
especially with the wedding.
interesting father-daughter speeches also, and son-father. We've had a few.
Yeah.
Well, the parents, should I say, the parent speeches about their respective children. Some of those are very touching.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what advice do you have for couples trying to build something meaningful in business and in life?
I think you need to like the person.
Mm.
Because a lot
Very
of people,
important.
I mean, a lot of people are married and they're like, oh, I love my spouse. I love my spouse. But do you like your spouse? Because every day it's not going to be peaches and cream. And so you have to like your spouse. And I think you have to realize that some things are just not worth arguing or fussing about. It's not the end of the world. We took a marriage class once and they said, is it gonna cause you to lose your life? Or they had like 3 different things, and if it didn't fall in one of those categories, it's not worth you getting mad or fighting about.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
What about you, Jeff?
I'm with I mean, it's not worth it. We try not to even go to bed mad with each other. I doubt we ever have those days where we don't speak to each other. And it's just, I mean, life is too short and too, to be holding grudges, doing crazy things. So we try to have, you know how we are. We just trying to have a good time, trying to enjoy life.
Oh, I get mad. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah,
but
but
we don't like
hold grudges.
go to bed like, don't touch me, don't look at me, don't talk to me for the next 2 days. I mean,
it's
next
real
5
short.
minutes.
I've witnessed.
I can say what I need to say and keep right on going.
And he might say, "Leave me alone,
Yeah,
woman. I wish
okay.
she just stopped talking to me."
Yeah, and I'm on to something else. So,
I'm just saying it's short
On to
lived.
stabbing somebody else.
yeah, I'll just go say what I had to say and move on.
But so when it comes to others that are looking to establish something, what is something that you would tell them? Because although you guys are where you're at now, did you work to get there or it just started there? Because we see where you're at now.
Right.
Everything is a work in progress. You have to work to, establish happiness
Right.
and love, once you get out of that, what do they say, that puppy or
Yeah, puppy love stage.
Well,
Yeah, it's
even
real.
with, I mean, marriage and or business. I mean, it's you both have to work at it and have a common goal.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And like I said, it's teamwork.
yeah.
And you can't look at it like, oh, I did
tick for tack.
this and he
Yeah.
didn't do this. Or, I
Mhm.
mean, you just have to do what
But
needs to be
no,
done.
I mean, she's been helped me from day one. So
Right
it's
or
just
die.
it's just morphed into what it is. It wasn't like, okay, well, I'm gonna go do this, just, but it's been like, okay, well, we're going to do this. So I never said, do you want to go or anything? She just said, I'm going. And it's just grown. And I mean, and I think both going to the conferences has really blessed both of us, getting education for her side, my side, and just seeing the possibilities kind of changed everything for us in 2016.
I remember you told me about this story when Calva was there. She was the one like, hey, we need to buy this.
Oh yeah, because she saw DJ Pontefier and it just kind of changed her whole perspective about the whole thing. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm saying it
I mean,
wrong.
I'm a firm believer in having your own.
Mhm.
So it's fine for some people who like to rent or to borrow, or I just believe in getting my own. So when we started out, no, we didn't have everything on our own, but it was like, okay, well, this month we're going to buy this. Next month we're going to buy this. And when you buy something, or my thought process is buy the best so you don't have to buy it twice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's how we started. I mean, I had to tell him that in the beginning because, it's like, well, we really don't have the money to buy 2 brand new QSCs. And I'm like, are those the best speakers? He was like, yeah, well, we need to do what we need to do to get them. And that's how we started.
And seeing the thing,
If we got to eat peanut butter and jelly for the next week, oh, well, I'm down with eating peanut butter and jelly for the next
Yeah.
week.
and
But,
seeing that's such a rare thing.
well,
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you are who you are.
yeah.
But when you put both of those things together, it's such a rare thing because whether it's on the man's side or the woman's side, there are so many times where that support is not there.
Yeah.
And then you talk about not just support. Hey, no, we're going to build this together.
Mhm.
And it's like we
Yeah.
always, me and Krista always laugh about our middle son, TJ, and his girlfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call it. They've been together since high school. If he goes somewhere, she say we going.
Yeah.
And it's just good to have that support, and not just that support, because I can imagine I would love to have been able to see the look on his face when you told him, "Is him the best speaker?"
Yeah.
That's what
Oh,
we
we
get
were
it.
standing in Guitar Center right over
Yeah.
there. And she said, because I mean, we looked and I looked everywhere. And
I'm
she's
like, we done been in this store how many times?
I mean, and just like she told me when she said, I need to spend $10,000 for this. And I'm like, for what? But I mean, okay. I said, is it going to make your business better? Is it going to give you, it is. So, okay, I'm down for whatever we have to do. Like I tell everybody, when we go to a conference, it's not me, just me. It ain't like they let Calvin in free. It ain't like they
It's
gave her a
right.
plane
Yeah.
ticket. We're both there trying to get better and learn as the business for the whole thing. So,
I mean, you have to invest in yourself.
so we've invested in ourselves and we continue to invest in ourselves.
Mhm.
It's a great thing. Okay, so what's next for the Powells? How can people support your continual journey? What's next? What? Well, before you answer that, let me digress, because there was something else I wanted to add.
Okay.
Man, I actually forgot, but it'll come back to me.
Okay. It's okay. We understand.
Yeah. But God, I can't believe I forgot that. And it's just been sitting there,
Well,
simmering.
you need to write it down. We
Yeah.
need a typer or something
Yeah.
somebody in your ear can tell you.
Yeah.
We need a new producer.
Yeah. Well, the producer's sitting on the side of it.
No.
God. Well, I'll come back to that. What's next? What's next for you guys? What do you? No, it already came back to me.
Okay, go
There
ahead.
we
All
go.
right, good.
So when you think back and I know this is a kind of unfair question to ask. Did you see all of this happening that's happening now? You know, or did you even think about where you would be if we did X, Y, and Z?
I won't say that I saw it per se, but we both are people of faith. I mean, deep faith. So we, like I said, we pray daily. We go to church weekly. I mean, we have faith.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew if we did what we were supposed to do, that he being God, would
Bless.
would bless, would open doors, make a path, and that's kind of where we are now. Just walking by faith.
Wow. Calva spoke a lot of things into existence. I see this, or, she just so believing that it's hard for me to ever doubt that we'll go where we're trying to go. Like I see us doing this or I see us doing that. And, anything we want, she's never said, oh, we can't afford it. We just step, like when we bought the van in the business name. We didn't even have any business credit, but they offered it to us. Did we miss one payment on that van over those years? But it's just, we just believe in going by faith. I mean, we're doing great work. We're not trying to hustle nobody or do nothing different. We're just doing good work. So
honest, hardworking people.
So we just believe in what we're doing. So we putting a great product out there. So we don't feel like, we shouldn't just do what we do.
That's good. Because I know some, you believe and you have that faith. And when you just think back of where you were and where you're at now.
We talk about it all the time.
It's like, wow. Because, and that's not to say that, you're satisfied and, and like, we've arrived, but you still see the progress, from where you started at, from a DBA or to nothing,
right,
to a DBA,
from no contracts to a handshake,
right?
Yes, gentlemen agree.
Oh yeah.
And just all of the changes.
Because Calva kind of watched me grow, but I really got to watch her grow from just doing stuff for people and people stealing her ideas and she did a whole thing for folks and they stole the whole thing and never paid one dime.
Wow.
So going from that to now that she required,
that was one time.
Yeah, one time. And it was church folks.
Yes.
Don't
imagine that.
Imagine that. But we both learn and we always get on each other and push each other to, okay, we got to put a process in place to not let that happen to us again. So we live and learn and we get some hard lessons, but if you give us one, we're going to definitely learn from it. And you won't get us again.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the good qualities that I love about you both is you have each other's best interests at heart. And, for me, I think a man and a woman completes each other because you have that emotional side and you have that rational side and you help each other to be one, so if somebody is trying to get over on Jeff, they may do it once, but you're going to assure that it don't happen again.
Correct.
And vice versa.
Oh yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing because sometimes we just out there and we just keep getting skin up.
No, we both share lessons and learn and talk about things and try to say, okay, we're not gonna let that person. And then sometimes I'm blinded by
I'm gonna say he's very kind-hearted.
Yeah,
and he don't see what's coming around.
Yeah.
But, I see.
Yeah. He's a kind person and he needs protection.
He does.
And she will.
Oh no.
And I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, we keep each other. We hold each other accountable. So, just trying to make sure that we're doing everything the right way and we getting fairly, everything is fair from our end and the people we do stuff for too. Yeah.
Okay, so going to that, what's next for the Powells?
Oh, he finally gets there. I don't know, man. I really don't know. At one point, we wanted a venue, but I don't see that in our future now. I really don't know. What about you, dude? What are you thinking? What's next?
I think me retiring from corporate is next on the
That's
list.
definitely
Definitely next on the list. And just continuing to grow both of the businesses and potentially retire like,
Yeah.
and just being able to travel and enjoy life. I mean, we don't want to work until we're 70, 80.
Mhm.
And because we really like to do other things. There's a lot to see in this world, and we like to give it a shot to see.
Who knows if we see something we like that I don't know. But I don't know. Like I say, one time we were dead set on trying to get a venue, and then that kind of faded away. But
because that's a lot of work as well.
It's a lot of work.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Just continue to help grow the DJ industry. That's one of my passions, and continue to give back, help her grow in her industry, and whatever we can do for the community, the wedding industry, the entertainment industry, just do that and continue to be active in church, which we both are, and just the stuff that keeps us grounded and working.
So if this RV thing ever comes to fruition, so
yes,
yeah,
that's on the list.
Hey, I'm just throwing it out there. I know it exists.
Yes.
So if it's this RV situation, or you just gonna look at church online, you're gonna be a deacon online, and
there's enough church.
Well, and our pastor knows a lot of people, so we will.
So y'all just gonna visit churches
or go
Depends
to
on where
sister
we are.
churches and where we at.
Okay.
If we do that, because there's churches everywhere, and we know,
I know it. I'm
and
just
from the
saying, but
and from Let's Go to Church, I'm sure people would invite us to church all over America.
Okay, well you can start that.
Yeah,
you can start your RV church.
No, I don't know if we would do that, but
I'm just saying, if you do your Let's Go to Church,
we could.
So,
but yes, our RVN is on the list.
Yes. Yeah, and we've been looking, so that is definitely something on our list, to get an RV and travel and hit the road. And
one of my first cousin, I didn't see that one coming, but when they said, he retired from Dart, he was one of their engineers, ran the engineer department, and he got him an RV, or it's the RV, and then it's the other one that you attach to your car.
Oh, fifth wheel. No, we want an RV.
No,
well, I think he got the fifth wheel,
and he pulls it.
He pulls it, and he's going to see his daughter graduate
too. Yeah, so and as much as we love sports, just think you can go anywhere, pull up at Green Bay.
Y'all can be like the Madden.
We're going to the game.
On the road. Yeah.
And we want to be here or be there.
And we don't have to rush back.
And if I can ever get her to play golf again, we can play golf together on the road. And
I'll drive the cart.
You'll be the caddy.
Yeah.
But you're just not gonna carry.
Not gonna carry.
But man. So that's something we definitely want, to get an RV and travel. And maybe in the winter months and just we'll be gone or maybe down here where we at from July to October. Just hit the road and get out this heat.
Out of the heat.
And go to Chicago. And
Crystal wants to just live in different hotels. She wants to go travel around and just, Well, the traveling is beautiful, and I think that's something I definitely want to do more myself, because it's nothing like seeing other places.
Yeah,
it's nothing like it.
Now, like I told my mother, I said the first time I went to New York, it was like, wow, this is where all this stuff happens. To be in the subway and see the numbers from one of my favorite, Law and Order and all of that stuff, and then seeing the crystal ball. And I keep saying I want to take her to New York, but she can't ever get her to leave Mississippi. But no, I mean, we've done some incredible things and seen some incredible stuff. And we're about to go on another journey with the church here in a couple weeks, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting ready to go to Italy for a few weeks. About a week and a half.
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
one of my other places.
No
check,
wine.
Check off my list. I want to go to Venice and ride the gondola. So we've
Yeah.
always said that. We've been close one time, but this time we were actually going
Yeah.
to Venice.
No wine, okay.
Oh, we don't drink.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't, we
I
don't
know
drink.
that.
So unless somebody here, sir, this is alcohol free. Yeah, okay. And we be
Yeah.
somewhere under the gondola.
Yeah. I don't even like the smell. So.
Yeah, but now, so yeah, definitely RV in the future, maybe, and more traveling, definitely.
Mhm.
So many things we want to see because we finally made it to Niagara Falls, and I want to go to Alaska and go fishing one time. So
Mhm.
Too cold.
no, you go in the summertime when it thaws out.
Right.
Okay. And
Another-
what's the
I know a
temperature?
DJ. It'll be in the 60s,
Oh
70s.
yeah, we do
Okay.
have.
We know a
Thomas
DJ up
down
there, and he said, "Hey, whenever he send me a picture every year. The boat is stalled out, Jeff. Let's go." You need to meet him. He's a really good guy too.
Yeah.
He came to visit us.
Yeah, he's
here in
came
Texas.
and visited us a couple
Mhm.
times out here in Texas.
Wow, from Alaska.
From Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska.
Mhm.
We met him at Mobile Beach,
Mobile Beach.
and we've been.
Yeah.
I can say,
Man,
man,
again.
Yeah.
yeah,
we did.
everybody I meet is just a good friend always.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
And it's, the beauty of that, and I'm pretty sure for you too, Calvin, when you go to your conferences, there is something that you have in common that has you there.
Right.
And then you meet people and you discover that you have more in common
Mhm.
with them, and you just become, friends.
Right.
oh yeah,
Right.
And it's just such a beautiful thing every time you see each other.
Right.
yeah. And a lot of people, they don't have as many conferences as we do, but a lot of the, they keep in contact, they share
Mhm.
information. Like I said, I've only seen Darrell one time. We've only met Darrell and his wife one time. And it's like you would think that me and Darrell see each other every year at a conference.
Oh,
That was
beautiful, brother.
2017, we met Darrell. But we're still the best of friends. And there's other couples that we've met.
Mhm.
Kelly and what's KJ's wife?
Oh, he always call her Boo Boo, so
Yeah,
I
Boo
can't
Boo.
never
Yeah,
remember.
he has messed it up for us. So
He didn't mess it up.
we can't even.
Because he call her Boo Boo all the time. I
Yeah.
can't never remember her name.
It's all your fault, KJ.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is, man. He told
Let her have her name.
Yeah. Hey, boo boo.
Yeah.
But nah, man. So
Oh, and it's
The
always nice to
relationship-
see them
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
the relationships that we've made, couple wise in the DJ industry too. So,
Oh yeah, I always laugh about that when you saw KJ on the plane playing with his board, his control.
Yeah, I said he must be a DJ. He's
He
on
was
his
in my
iPad.
And then now we can't get rid of it.
Yeah. He up there trying to throw a party.
Yeah, he told me he was working on an old school mix
On the plane.
on the plane. But no, it's
Not snakes on the plane, DJ on the plane.
yeah, it's some great individuals out there, man. And-
Oh yes.
But yeah, so we don't know what's next or what we're gonna actually do, but we're gonna whatever it is, it's
Okay.
gonna be fun. We're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna do it well.
Yes, just make sure that you keep us good old folks notified on the travels.
Yeah,
Of
we
course.
will.
You
Of
know,
course.
You know we do. 'Cause,
Oh, yes.
Yeah, even when we try not to do stuff, somebody in the group sending out stuff. So you might I might as well go ahead and post. They got me in all these pictures and they did tag me anyway.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So
Well, we definitely want to thank you guys for talking with us and just sharing, so much about yourselves with us. I just think it's a beautiful thing, and we don't talk about these type of things enough.
Yeah.
Because it is something that's possible. People are working together and building together, and we just don't highlight this enough.
thank you, sir.
So
Thank
I wanted to take the time to bring the Powells, to two DJs and one mic. And you guys get to meet Calva, aka Two Piece.
Whenever you see
Pepper
that,
and
the two
biscuits.
peppers,
Yeah. When you see
That's
that on
Calva,
screen,
yeah.
that's the producer.
Yeah. So my producer for Let's Go to Church for those 2 years.
Yes.
And then, eventually on the road too.
Oh
Y'all
yeah.
got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yes. 2 minutes.
Wrap it up.
You gotta keep them on point. You
Yeah,
gotta keep 'em
yeah.
on point.
So,
Yeah. You
yeah.
do.
Even on the road, she's there helping out.
Oh,
and
yes.
Just a part of the show. And I almost
I
take
think-
A-Rock job when she go on the road with us.
Yes, I be thinking she calling A-Rock when she ain't on the road.
She
Tell
do.
him to wrap it up.
Oh, she
I
had.
text him. Yes.
See? Tell him to wrap it up.
That's enough. Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for inviting us on, Mike.
Oh, it was my pleasure. So, at this point, you guys are family. So I just thought it was important when it came across my brow, as they say, to make it happen.
All right.
So, guys, for those of you that may go back and look at this is very important. For you guys that are married, learn to work together. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a beautiful thing. You see, the Powells can do it. We can too.